Hi, I'm Pete, and this is a very fake, very puzzle unboxing. Yes, you heard that right. This is a fake, very puzzle unboxing. So, what happened? Well, I had a really nice unboxing, and then I went off to sticker the puzzle. And when I came back from stickering the puzzle, I discovered that, well, something happened to the unboxing video. Something terrible. Something really dumb. So, you're getting a dramatic recreation here of the unboxing. This is not the real thing. This is a recreation, and we spared no expense with the special effects and everything. Look at that. Okay, we even got the VeryPuzzle bag. So, your fake box has some fake packing peanuts in here. And there we go. Okay. So, and we really did get the bag. We also got the stickers, but the puzzle shipped naked rather than stickered. But there it is. This is the very real Rhombic Tuttminx 66. This is an absolutely fantastic puzzle. I'm really happy with it. Really, it's just really one of the highlights of this year's puzzling, I would say. All right, well, let's take a look at this puzzle in a bit more detail. We'll put my special holder there. And I really did get this bag, by the way, with the puzzle. So it comes with a pretty big sticker set. There's a lot of stickering to do. There's textured stickering on the hex faces, and then there is these outline stickers on the other hex faces. Matter of fact, it might be very difficult to see the hex faces, but we'll take some time to look at that. But before we take a detailed look at the faces of this puzzle, let's take a look at the base puzzle for this. So this is the VeryPuzzle Rhombic Tuttminx. Now they call these a tutminx. Tutminx is based on a truncated icosahedron geometry. It solves exactly like a tutminx, but it's actually based on a rhombic triacontahedron, specifically a truncated rhombic triacontahedron. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about how exactly you get a truncated rhombic triacontahedron, or what it does, but suffice it to say, you get a really cool puzzle. You have 12 regular pentagons, which is coincidentally the same number you have on a regular tutminx, but you also get these 30 irregular hexagons. So they're hexagons, but they're kind of squished like this. It's really cool, and as I said, it solves just like a tutminx, so I think it's fair to call it a tutminx. They're just saying rhombic to sort of as a nod towards the fact that it comes from a different geometry. All right, well, I have this puzzle. Well, what did they do to give us the Rhombic Tuttminx 66? Well, the change is actually very simple. They replaced the regular pentagons. I'll pick a lighter colored face here. They replaced the regular pentagons with regular hexagons. That's pretty much it. They may have changed the angle of the surrounding irregular hexagons, but it's really hard to tell. They look the same, but they may have had to change it just to accommodate this. Anyway, in order to get these regular hexagons in here, they basically gave us a whole face that doesn't quite line up with the surrounding structures, and that is the cool part of this. That's what makes this such a really cool puzzle. So let's say that I want to turn this hexagon face here, this irregular hexagon face. In order to turn that, I have to line the adjacent faces up so that the edges and corners of the adjacent face will line up with it and let me turn it. There you go. Okay, there's a little fluff from the bag. Should have found the baggie too. So there you go. That's a turn of this hex face. But let's say that I then want to transfer pieces to this other hex face. Well, that's going to require some adjustment, because I would have to, in order to get this face to turn, I have to turn this adjacent regular hex face, and then this one as well. And by turning this one, now this one's not lined up. So there's a lot of blocking that's going on here, and this is really going to be a challenging solve, but I think it's going to be an absolutely fascinating solve. As you can see, there's just a tremendous number of stickers on this puzzle, so this is something that you really need to keep in mind. I enjoy stickering, but it took me a long time to do this. There was a lot of scrap removal to get the stickers taken out, and then these outline stickers are just a bit challenging, not too bad to put on. There's also a lot of texture, and I've mentioned it before in my videos. You really got to make sure that as you're putting texture stickers on, you don't turn either the sheet or the puzzle, because you'll get some on there crooked. I've done it myself, and it's kind of a mess to fix. So just something to watch as you're doing it. So that is the Rhombic the Rhombic Tuttminx 66. Now, one of the things that I was asked online when I posted pictures of this is, what's the difference between the Rhombic Tuttminx 66 and the Spherical Tuttminx 66? Now, I can't really show you the Spherical Tuttminx because I don't have one, but I do have a Spherical Tuttminx 66, and I can actually tell you that the Spherical Tuttminx is just a spherical transformation of an actual Tuttminx, of a truncated icosahedron. So in other words, it would have the regular hexagons and the regular pentagons exactly like a Tuttminx, just in spherical form. But what they've done for the Rhombic Tuttminx 66, sorry, the 3, 2, 1. But what they've done for the Spherical Tuttminx 66 is the same transformation. They replaced the pentagons with regular hexagons. That's it. That's the only change. So the same change was made to both puzzles, but this is, it looks very different because it's based on the truncated icosahedron. It has regular hexagons rather than irregular ones. So I can actually show you, I'm looking for some light colors. This will probably show up a little better on camera. So if I want to turn this regular hexagon, in this case I have to put 3 adjacent faces. I have to line them up, and now I can turn that. I can put pieces over here, but then if I want to turn this one, or if I want to move these pieces over to say one of these other regular hexagons, then I have to line up the adjacent these adjacent faces. So it's a similar type of blocking. It's not quite as, I don't think it's quite as extensive on this puzzle, but it's going to be I think an equally fun solve. There's a lot of interesting work to do. As far as not getting the Spherical Tuttminx, it's just, you know what, there's just only so many puzzles I can get and sticker and solve. So I will get it at some point, but it just wasn't on my priority list. This one was the one that was really right up there. All right, well, that's it for the very fake unboxing and very real stickering reveal of the Rhombic Tuttminx 66. I think this is a really cool puzzle. It's beautiful. It has some, it's based on an interesting geometry, and it's got a really neat twist with the hex faces. So I'm looking forward to scrambling this and seeing what it's like. If you want to see some bonus content, please do stick around after the sign off. In the meantime, I appreciate all your questions, your suggestions, your feedback in the comments. So let me know what you think. And yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. All right, we're back with the bonus content for the Rhombic Tuttminx 66, and I hope that you guessed that the bonus content will be the scramble. Now, scrambling this thing is going to be sort of an interesting process. In order to move anything, I have to unbandage the irregular hexagon. And in order to do that, I have to turn these adjacent faces so that you can sort of see this one, and then this one lines up. So now I have a complete circle. And the only thing I can do with this irregular hexagon is a 180 move. That's really all I can do. Yeah, so it changes these and it changes these. That's it. So that would seem to be kind of limiting. However, I don't think it's that limiting because I can always, because these are regular hexagons, I can take one step here and then repeat that move. And you'll see that I'm now breaking up these edge pieces, right? So, and just repeating that theme, I can take a couple more steps over here, and I can do another couple steps over here, and then repeat that move. Okay, so I managed to do a little bit. Maybe I'll do another step here. I'll do another step. So I am managing to mix up these faces here. Well, let's take a look at some of these other faces and see what we can do here. So this is the hexagon. There's really nothing over here that I can do. So really my best bet then would be to start focusing on moving this other adjacent hexagon. So again, I have to line things up here. This one looks like it's pretty well lined up already, and then I can go ahead and flip it, and you see we're starting to get some movement here. Okay, and so it's probably going to take a little while to scramble this, but I think it's actually quite a cool thing. All right, and maybe we'll just sort of get a little bit of that face there. There we go. Okay, so you can see it is starting to scramble. I think that basically I'll do a pass around the puzzle, and then I'll come back and I'll do another pass around the puzzle. So one of the things I want to maybe see what I can do here, these little pieces here, I think actually I can move them a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. I just want to see what I can do. No, those ones are, I don't know if I can move those little triangular pieces. Okay, yeah, actually I can. I can flip them upside down, but I wonder, yes, I can actually move them. Okay. So if I want to get this blue piece out, I just have to flip this hexagon. There we go. Okay, so I managed to move that the blue that was there. Now it's up here, and if I want to move it even further afield, I can just line this up. I know the dark is probably pretty hard to see here, but so now I can flip this. Okay, and yeah, indeed. So we can actually move most of the pieces here quite easily. Just takes a little bit of sort of analysis, I guess. All right. Oh, this is going to be quite the thing when it's all scrambled up. It's gonna just look completely like confetti. So I'm just taking, while I'm here, I think probably for efficiency, I'll just do a few moves, try to get a few things scrambled. There we go, and then maybe I can go further afield. Now the textures on here are a little bit challenging. They're not as bad as it could be, and I'll use a piece that a face that hasn't been scrambled yet. You can actually establish the outer pattern because these ones this one is unique, this one's unique, that one's unique. So this part establishes the outer pattern. Actually, all of these around the face are unique pieces, and because they have other colors on them. So once you get the outer pattern, it at least gives you a hint as to what where the edges should go. And that's it. And once you get a couple edges in, you should be able to get the orientation of that central thing. It does require a bit of a good eyesight to get these stripes lined up, the patterns lined up. I like the light colors, even though they're more visible on camera. The darker colors actually I find easier to see the pattern. If I'm having a really hard time, I get a light. I actually have a light just off to the side here, and I'll just point that so it's just kind of skimming over the top of the lights, kind of going this way, and it lights it up a little bit. All right, well that's it. I think perhaps you'll appreciate that this is going to be a very long scramble. Probably be a fairly long solve too, but this is the sort of puzzle. There's no complex algorithms involved. It's just going to be some just very basic 3 cycles, very basic routine puzzling, but fascinating kind of approach. Now there are some okay, so corners. These triangular pieces are corners, and because they're textured, they do have orientations. And I've been sort of thinking about whether how big a deal that is, whether they can be rotated or not. I'm not 100% sure that they can be rotated yet. Yeah, I think they probably can be. I'm just trying to sort of see here. Actually, yeah, okay, so can I rotate this? Yep, there you go. So yeah, so I was able to rotate that corner. So yeah, so they'll have to be rotated, but then you saw that it was relatively straightforward to rotate it, so equally straightforward to unrotate it. Another thing that you can do on some of the other rhombic based puzzles in this series is you can move edges from one kind of corner of the irregular hexagon to the other. I'm not 100% sure that we can do that here, but let's just try it anyway. I just want to see if there's any possibility. So that one, no, it doesn't really look like that's gonna. Well, all right, let's see here. Let's see, maybe. Okay, no. Okay, and the reason we can't is that this piece here blocks. So there's no way. I don't. Well, maybe let's keep looking, keep trying. Actually, okay, no, it's unfortunately we're not going to be able to get everything lined up. But just so there's no way to go move one edge from this side to the other. Just one of those things. Okay, this is just really really neat. Okay, now I have some faces. I haven't actually put them back. I think part of my solve strategy would be to put the faces, line them back up. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, so you definitely pretty easy to break things up. Now this puzzle hasn't been played at all, so a little, not super stiff here, but definitely will improve. These face turning puzzles usually turn very well, and I don't need to put any lube or anything like that. They just turn well with a little breaking in. Yeah, this is going to be a very long scramble. All right, we're back, and the Rhombic Tuttminx is scrambled. I think it's got a pretty good scramble going. I could probably do a little bit more, but I think this is a good start. I focused on breaking up the edges and corners here But I noticed that there are still a few of these pieces left. These pieces belong, these little edge pieces, and yeah, they belong on the irregular hexagon. So the way to break them up is to move the irregular hexagons. So I can break this group of 3 up by first moving that. So that broke that one up, and then in order to do it further, I have to then move this piece as well. So that broke that up. You see there are still a few more of them there, but yeah, it's just a matter of doing that all around the puzzle. I think that this is a pretty good start, and I think this will be a pretty decent scramble, and will give a good solve. Things like that. I'm not too worried about it, because once I start solving it, it will naturally, it gets a little bit more scrambled. All right, well, that's it for the bonus content for the scramble of the Rhombic Tuttminx 66. This was a lot of fun, this scramble. It's an interesting challenge to try and get everything moved away, so I'm sure that the solve will be even more fun. All right, well, that's it for this, and catch you later.